Hello, Stephan here with Liquidity with the topic of how do I appropriately say I love you in German? Liquidity. So let's talk about love in German. The English expression I love you has a wide range of meanings that largely depend on context, who says it, who it is being said to. For instance, there's a difference between romantic partners saying I love you to one another and say a parent saying it to a child, to a daughter or to a son. Literally translated, the English expression I love you would simply be ich liebe dich oder ich liebe sie if you want to use the formal you in German. So it is very tempting for learners of German to translate everything into ich liebe dich. And there are many situations where in English it would be perfectly fine to say I love you, but in German it sounds really strange. It sounds really awkward and sometimes quite wrong. In the German language, we use different ways to express affection for different kinds of people in different kinds of situations. And there are often nuances built into those. Of course, there are differences and there are cultural differences between Britons, for instance, and Americans. But in general, the word love is much more commonly used in the English-speaking world than it is in the German-speaking world. We use other terms to build in a certain nuance to be a little bit more precise with what exactly we mean by that. Not everything in German is Liebe. A little side note, I will use the personal du or dich for the English word you. We also have the formal sie, which in this case does not really apply very well. If you express affection, you are probably on a more personal level anyways. Number one, a romantic situation. In this situation, if spouses or boyfriends, girlfriends, or romantic partners talk to each other and express love, it is perfectly fine to use ich liebe dich. Ich liebe dich is the romantic way of saying I love you. More commonly used than ich liebe dich is the German expression ich habe dich lieb. For instance, when you talk to relatives, when you talk to close friends, when you talk to a pet, ich habe dich lieb. Or if you want to shorten it a little bit, more commonly actually you will hear people say ich hab dich lieb. Ich hab dich lieb. Literally translated, ich habe dich lieb into English would be I hold you dear. And this is still a very strong expression of affection, but it does not have that romantic connotation. It does not connote, I want to sleep with you. Spouses might say that also to each other, even boyfriends and girlfriends might say that to each other if they just want to mix it up or just want to focus more on the I really like you as a person rather than I desire you. Here is an even safer alternative, and that is ich mag dich. It simply means I like you. However, how you use it and what other words you might want to add to it, for instance, sehr, ich mag dich sehr, oh, dich mag ich, adds to the meaning of it. It simply means you like somebody makes a really positive impression on you, you really enjoy somebody's company, there's just something about that person that you really like. And that could be a variety of different things. The next expression is something that you won't find really in English. Other languages have that construction too. It's kind of a passive construction. It literally means you please me or you strike me as worthy of affection or something like that. In German we would say du gefällst mir. Du gefällst mir is very similar to ich mag dich, but it has an emphasis on there being just something about you that I really like, that I find very attractive. So depending on the context, it could mean I find you physically attractive, or I find your personality very attractive. Maybe you're just a really, really funny person, or you're just really cute, something like that. So du gefällst mir is another way of saying I love you in a specific context, more like, oh, you are really funny, or you're really cute, I like you, I like your personality, or I like the way you are, or you're my kind of person, you know, that sort of thing. The next one is an expression that is somewhat understated. So those of you who are from the British Isles probably appreciate this more than people from North America. Although there are Americans who also like understatements, it's just not as much of North American culture as it is of British culture. So another way of saying I love you in a very understated way would be du bist in Ordnung. It literally means you are okay. You're okay, or you're cool. In German, we can also vary that a little bit by saying, for instance, du bist schwer in Ordnung. Du bist aber in Ordnung. Du bist wirklich in Ordnung. And that does express a certain affection, but also more of an appreciation of that person's personality. And last but not least, nothing says I love you or I care about you more than actions. Just as in English, actions speak louder than words. So if you really want to express your love or your care for somebody, act on it. Do something nice for people. Even little things. Little things make all the difference, right? Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. I would appreciate it if you also subscribe to my channel, if you like these sorts of videos, if you like these sorts of topics. And have a great day. Tschüss. Bye-bye.